Well, good morning. Today is Sunday. Boy, I'm never here on Sunday, but I'm here now. It's Sunday, December 24th. It's Christmas Eve, and I'm waiting for Jim to finish getting ready, and we're meeting for our annual getting together for Christmas breakfast. So I will film them when we're there. They won't like it, but I'll do it anyhow. And I'll post a little bit during the day, so I'll see you guys in a bit. What are you getting, Sophia? Well, what did you order? Oh. We're all here for breakfast. He's paying.
Yeah, as usual.
And there's the boy. David's way over in the corner.
David, say hi to your grandma.
Mystery.
And I'm here too. And I'm here too. And we figured out why David quit, because he quit because of the manager, and when we got here the manager was kind of rude, so we kind of figured out that's why he quit. But anyway, he still works at Jets. Okay, this one's taken a couple times to do because one of my movie quotes that I say is, "There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball." So I refuse to cry. So it's taken me more than one take. So take who knows how many. But I was going to tell you about my best Christmas Eve present I've ever received. And it was from my father. My father, in 1983, was dying for a long time. He really wasn't suffering too much, but he was on the way out. And we had put him in the hospital just before Thanksgiving. And on Thanksgiving Day, we had just sat down for our Thanksgiving dinner. And the hospital called us and told us that my dad was bad. So we just got up from the meal and went right to the hospital because we thought that that was the end. But it wasn't. He was a fighter. He stayed with it. It was kind of odd when we did leave the hospital that night and came back home, because we always ate Thanksgiving about 1 o'clock. We got home around 11 o'clock, midnight, something like that. And all the food was still sitting on the table. It was just a memory. But anyway, so between then and Christmas, my father died on December 30th, although his tombstone says December 31st. That's a whole other story. But on Christmas Eve, we were getting ready to go to Jim's family's, and we were packing up the kids in the car, and we got a call from the hospital that my dad had slipped into a coma, and we had to give him last rites. So we had gone to the hospital, to be with him for his last rites and that, and he had slipped into a coma then, and we knew that he wasn't going to be coming back out of it, and we knew it was just a matter of time. So it was a sad occasion, and we were all sitting around, and then at midnight, his nurse, and I wish I could remember her name because, oh my God, she was an angel from God. Because back then they didn't have hospice. She just stayed in the hospital. So that we knew from Thanksgiving that it was like a day-to-day basis that he was going to go. And my father knew that too, that he knew that that was the end. He knew that he wasn't coming home. And, we would go and visit him all the time, and that's a whole other story. I'll tell you some of those stories because those are pretty good stories too. But another time, because I am not going to cry. And so my father was a big coin collector. He loved collecting coins, and he would get home at night and he'd go through all of his change and he'd look to see if he had a treasure. And I was working at Pola's Market at one time, and I came across an 1865 nickel. And I wanted to give it to my dad, and he said, "No, you keep that and always think of me." So I still have it. It's just 1865. It's like such a long time ago. But anyway, he knew that he was going to pass, and he wanted to leave something special for us. So he had told this nurse about us, and he had my mother bring his coin collection in, and he had her go and make us our final Christmas present. And I'm not going to cry. So he made our final Christmas present. So he made a keychain for each of us. I don't know if you can really see that, but he put one of his coins in there. And the coin that he gave me was from 1907. So it's over 100 years old. It's older than me, if that's even possible. So it's just a nice, it was just the fact that my dad knew that that was the last gift he was ever going to give us. And it means so much to me. So much so that I don't use it as a keychain because I'm so afraid I'm going to lose it. So I put it away in my jewelry box. And every Christmas Eve I take it out and just hold it. Because it reminds me so much of my dad. And the nurse that went to all the trouble of going and finding a shop that could make it into a keychain. And just the look on her face, because I still do kind of think that my dad was somewhat around, because when we gave him last rites, he started to cry. And he had an asshole doctor. I know I shouldn't swear on Christmas Eve, but he had the worst doctor. I don't know why my dad liked him. My dad liked him so much. We all couldn't stand him. And when we were giving my dad last rites, he started to cry. And so obviously we all got emotional. We started crying too. And the doctor says, he's not crying. You know, that's just a normal bodily function, that the tears are coming out of his eyes, just as, you know, like the body's releasing the liquids, you know, I don't need to hear that stuff. I really didn't, especially that day. But I do kind of think that he was somewhat around when we opened our gifts, because they were like, it's a gift that I'll always remember. And I can't do not one more take because I can't do this again. I just really can't. But thank you, Dad, for the best gift ever. Well, I'm going to have to start making some better choices. I was good yesterday because I didn't eat that much for dinner. I did have a slice of my turtle cake, but we knew that was going to happen, didn't we? And then today we went out for breakfast. I had the omelet again that I like, but I only ate half of it with a glass of milk. And had a piece of banana cream pie. Didn't eat it, but I ate it. So I looked it up. That's 15 points. Jeez. So I'm at my limit right now. And then Jim and I are just having our own little dinner tonight. We're just going to eat leftovers. And then tomorrow, there's our honey baked ham. But I'm hoping that on Wednesday I can walk. Because I can't walk on Tuesday. Well, Tuesday I might be able to, but we're supposed to get that bitter cold that's coming through. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if you can see out my window. It's snowing. Snow for Christmas. I can't wait. And then it can go away. Because I can't walk in the snow, and I need to walk to lose weight. We know that. Let's go on a view of my TV room. Although we took see my birds out there? They've already eaten their feast. What was I going to say? I have to walk to lose weight. I just have to, and I have to get out. And I'm not going to have... I was able to stay busy the whole time with shopping and things like that, so my meals, I didn't have as many meals. So I have to be diligent now. I have to be so good, and I plan on it. So I hope you have a Merry, 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 Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And 2018, going to lose my 100-pound goal. I'm going to reach my 100-pound goal. I'm not going to reach my actual goal, although it probably could be possible, because it's only 75 pounds. only 75 pounds. But I can do it, and I will. And I'll get pretty darn close. So have a Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas, and I will see you tomorrow. Yes, I will. Tomorrow.